So that was meant to be today's class. So this class was meant to be go online on Facebook, but somehow I wasn't able to connect it to Facebook, but we are live on YouTube. So, okay, so let's get started. So that was meant to be today's class. So this class was meant to be go online on Facebook, but somehow I wasn't able to connect it to Facebook, but we are live on YouTube. So, okay, so let's get started. So that was meant to be today's class. So this class. So this was, I'll just wait for 1 or 2 minutes while everyone else is, joining, if there are some more people, and then we will get going. Okay. So today's class is about fill in the blanks in reading module, right? So we have fill in the blanks in reading module. So before we get started, we are going to have a look at some of those, basics of reading fill in the blanks. And before we discuss the blanks, we are going to look at reading module as a whole, right? So first thing we are going to do is the 5 question types in reading module, and probably we can do a bit of calculation so that you guys can identify what score you are chasing and what sort of questions you have are the most important questions. All right, so let's look at this slide first. Most of you have visited this slide before, and you understand that what your most important things are in your reading module. So one thing is very important to understand, that in reading module, out of 90 reading score, the points coming from reading module are approximately 48 to 50 points. So, and you have approximately 35 to 40 points coming from other modules towards your reading, and a major chunk comes from your read aloud in read aloud in your from your speaking module, and then bits and pieces will come from your summarized written text and highlight correct summary, and another major chunk comes from highlighting correct words in listening module. Okay, are we all aware of this? Are we all aware of this? So,
yes.
Yes.
So for the people who are going for say 65 each, even if you out of these 48 to 50 points which are coming from your reading module, 48 to 55 points, 48 to 50 points, which are out of 90 coming from your reading module, if you are able to get 35 from here, and if you're able to manage another 30 coming from here, then you can get 65 each. But for the people who are going for 79 plus score, your margin for error is very less. So that means you have to get maximum out of your reading module to pass your PTE with the desired result. Now, in reading module, you get approximately 16 to 18 number of questions, sometimes a little bit plus, a little bit minus. And then you are in collective time. So you have a collective time. These 5 question types: multiple choice, choose multiple answers, multiple choice, choose multiple answers, sorry, multiple choice, choose single answers, multiple choice, choose multiple answers, reorder paragraph, and the reading fill in the blanks, or reading writing fill in the blanks. You get approximately 16 to 18 number of them in the exam, right? As we have discussed yesterday, that reading in reading module, multiple choice, multiple answers questions carry only 5 to 6 points maximum only towards reading. So these 2 question types, the amount of time you spent on those question types and what you get out of them is doesn't balance. So you really need to make sure that identify whether you do well in these questions or not. And if you don't do well, there is no point of wasting a lot of time on this. So 3 most important question types in reading module, they are reorder paragraphs and 2 types of blanks. And if I have to pick only 1 most important question type in reading module, that would be just reading and writing fill in the blanks. But in today's class, we are going to have a look at reading blanks. right? So reading module can start from any question. It can start from your multiple choice single answer, or it can even start from blanks, one kind, or it can even start from the order paragraph. So there's a next button, but there's no back button. So you have to, once you have attempted the question, you won't be able to revisit it. So you just need to click next and you'll go to the next class, next question, right? But you won't be able to correct anything. So make sure that you attempt the question. On an average, you get to spend approximately 2 minutes per screen. If you go 2 minutes per screen or 2 minutes per question method, then you will be able to do your whole reading module properly. That means some questions are going to have a small text, less text. So in that case, you will sort of spend less time there in reading, but some questions are going to have longer text, maybe 3 or 4 paragraphs. So you'll spend more time in reading. So it just balances out, right? So, as we discussed earlier, so mainly, so if someone is struggling in reading module and also struggling in writing module, so that means that person is not doing well in reading and writing fill in the blanks, right? Because we have major contribution coming from these two, this question type towards your reading as well as writing. So in the morning class, we did some calculations, and I would like to do a bit of calculation here as well, so that you guys exactly know how many points are coming from where. So I'm going to put my whiteboard open to make a little bit of to give you a bit of understanding how the scoring operates, and then so first of all, multiple choice single answer questions. So I'm just going to look at multiple choice single answer questions. So mostly 2 marks from here. Then we have multiple choice, multiple answers. So you have 2 questions, one with say 3 options and one with 2 options. So you will have maximum 5 marks if you get 2 of them. Then we have reorder paragraph, reorder. So in reorder paragraph, you have maximum 3 questions or sometimes even 4. But if I, consider an average number of questions, if I consider 3, so I consider 2 with 4 statements. So that means 3 marks in each. So 6 marks. And if you have another question with 5 statements with 4 marks, so I will say 3 plus 3 plus 4. So I will put 10 marks for your reorder. Then the blanks, the ones we are going to do, reading blanks, the ones we are going to do today, reading blanks. So you generally get 4 to 5 screens. So I consider average 5 screens. Each screen will have 4 to 5 blanks. If I consider 4 and 4 in between, so I will put approximately 20 points here. And then we have reading and writing blanks. So reading and writing blanks. So you generally get 6 to 7 of them. Sometimes even 5. So if I consider 5 of them, and if I consider there are 5 blanks in one screen, so I'll put 6 into 5, 30 points here. Now, other modules that score you for reading are read aloud from speaking module. So read aloud, mostly the content in the read aloud contributes towards your reading. So generally you get 7 read alouds, and content maximum points in read aloud are 5. So 35 from here, right? And then we are talking of another question type in writing module, which is summarize written text. So whatever you get from in the content in summarize written text will be contributed here as well. So Kuldeep, can you please mute yourself? I'm going to put you on mute. So summarize written text. Suppose if you get 2 of them, so 2 marks in the content, so 4 marks will be added here. Then if I look at highlight correct summary from listening module, so you will have 2 questions, so 2 marks from there. And then we have highlight incorrect words from listening module. So you will have 2 screens, mostly 5 in each, so 10 points here. So if I total them up, so that will become 35 plus 4, 39, 41, and 51. And then this will total up to be 67, right? 67. So if I make this total, if I add them, so that becomes 118. So 118 will be, reduced down to 90. Now, we have calculated that in the morning's class. So read aloud comes out to be somewhere close to 27, 26 to 27 in reading. That's a major contributor. That is the single most important question type in speaking that contributes towards your reading. So if you are failing in reading, it is not only just the reading module, but it could be your read aloud. Okay, so we are going to discuss read aloud sometimes later. Now, out of that, if I figure those 20 points out of, say, 20 out of 118, that comes out to be approximately 15 to 16 points, 15 to 16 points. So these many points you have in these blanks, the ones which we are going to cover. And if I bring that 5 to 7, 7 out of 118, so that means that will be coming somewhere close to 5 to 6 points. That's why in MCQs, even if you don't do them in the exam, right, it is not going to have a huge impact on your reading score because of this 5 to 6 points only. But if you're going for 79 plus, yes, that question type also becomes important. You need some contribution coming from there, right? Do you have any question? Now, this is why in summarized written text, our strategies are to maximize your keywords. This is why I recommend most of you to write 50 plus and 50 plus word, but not like 75 words or 70 words. That would be too much. Then you will compromise your grammatical structure. And we have covered the direct strategies the other day, highlight, correct, summary. We covered those direct strategies. So those are critical 2 marks towards reading. And obviously make sure highlight and correct word is the question type with negative marking. Make sure that you don't lose points from here, right? That's with the negative marking. So overall, what we are supposed to do is, if you're going for say, if you're going for 65 plus, if you get from this at least 35 points or 35 to 40 points, and you get reasonable points coming from this, then you can pass with your 65 plus score easy, right? But if your accuracy in reading module is not up to 65 or 70%, then you will struggle for 65 each score. And if you're going for 79 plus, then absolutely you need to get everything correct, most of it correct. You need to get absolutely 19 speaking. So the other day we discussed Neeraj, he's got 19 speaking and he's got overall 78. He was only going for 65. So that means that you will pass for your desired result by far if you get 19 speaking. Okay, so we really need to pay a lot of attention on speaking. Good. Let's see. Yep. All right. Now let's go back to our PowerPoint because we have some exciting questions there. There we go. So are you guys able to see the same screen back again? Yep.
No, sir.
What are you?
Still on the whiteboard.
Or you still see the whiteboard? All right. Just give me one moment. So I need to go new share. And with new share, I'll be discussing this one. Okay, so hopefully you are now able to see my new screen. Right. So those were the calculations, and on the basis of that, you decide which question type is important. Now tell me, do you have any question? Whatever we had discussed. So you will, in the exam, reading is in the first sitting. In first sitting, you will do 3 modules. You'll do speaking, followed by writing, back to back, and back to back reading. And then after reading, you will have optional toilet break, which is 10 minutes. And then after that, you'll have listening module. Good. Do you have any questions here? Any questions, please? No? Should we move further?
Yes, sir.
Manmeet?
Yes.
Do you have any question, Lijo?
No, so far. Good.
Not yet.
Okay. So some of the people who are watching us live on YouTube, or you may be watching this video later because most of the videos are saved. I'm going to, my plan was to go live on Facebook, but somehow due to technical problems, I wasn't able to. So we have some really good offer going on. Feel free to give us a call. And if you're interested in any of those offers for a PT class, obviously, another thing is you can also use our portal as a guest user. You just need to visit our website and make a guest login there, and you can use some parts of our PT portal. All right, let's move on. So next slide is going to be, we have discussed that. We have discussed how the screen looks like. So this is how the screen looks like for blanks. This is quite a little bit of blurry because we are not going to solve this. This is how the screen looks like. So you have a text, a passage, and then you have some blanks in the passage, and there are more options than the number of blanks lying on the bottom. All you need to do is just to drag the right word in the right place. That's all you do. You just need to drag in. So some of my students in the past had issues with dragging because people are not used to this mouse thingy. So if you are not used to the mouse, you would be confused. So you just need to press here and drag, press the mouse and then drag it and then leave the mouse. Then it will be dropping in that particular box, any blank. If you think that your answer is incorrect and you want to change it, you can drag it back. That's pretty much what we do in these. Now, some of the people who are watching us live, or you would watch us later somehow, this is our Facebook page, so that you guys don't miss any live classes later on. Please do hit a like on our Facebook page. You can search it by Endeavor PTE Study Center. We have a YouTube channel with the same name, so you can also, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We do not have much activity for the time being, but yes, in future, you're going to have a lot of activity in YouTube as well, as we will do some live classes on here too, right? Here we go. Now, when we are doing fill in the blanks, we are supposed to understand three things. So first thing is the context. So we need to understand what is the context of the passage, because if you understand the context, it would be easier for you to have the right choice of the words, because the word choice depends on what you want to write or what you want to speak. For every context, we have different word choices. There are certain words which are used commonly for everything, but there are certain words which only collocate in some context and they do not collocate in another context. So we really need to understand the context. If you understand the context, then it is going to, that means it is going to be easy for you to pick the right blank. Second thing we need is the parts of speech. We can also call it as grammar, parts of speech. So that means, remember, the blanks are in a passage. Passage has been written by someone keeping in view certain message the passage wants to give. On the basis of that, the writer has chosen some words. If you understand the writer's perspective with the help of context, you can get to the right answer because you understand the perspective, what the writer wants to write. And then writer is going to use sentences. Within the sentences, there would be subject, there would be verb, there would be object and other words. And then the parts of those, components of grammar, you would have nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, conjunctions, and these are all 8 parts of speech. So if you identify which part of speech you're going to need there, at least you will be able to narrow down your choices. You will be able to narrow down your choices of the given options, right? This is why parts of speech knowledge helps here. Now, I have some other questions which will be coming in few next slides. You'll see that again, and we'll discuss that in detail. So collocation, third thing we need to know is the collocation. Now, what is collocation? So collocation, if you just Google collocation or collocations in academic English, it comes up with the, a definition that 2 or more words which appear more frequently as compared to other words, or the words which sound natural for a native speaker, are collocations. So collocations, but in the form, in the context. So whatever, so for certain contexts, there are certain words which collocate with each other. So we have to keep in mind the collocations. Now, as a non-native speaker, even I wasn't aware about collocations before I started teaching PTE. I know what it is, but I didn't have any idea that this is something we call it. This is what collocations. These are collocations. We call it collocations when 2 words are, appearing next to each other or within the same sentence, but that pair will always be together if a native speaker wants to speak or write something in that context. So these are collocations. You have to pay attention to collocations. So collocations could be verb plus some verb may collocate with object, that object, or verb may collocate with that subject. Or sometimes we have noun and adjective collocations. Sometimes we have adjective and adverb collocations, or sometimes we have adverb, adjective, and noun collocations. So sometimes we have verb plus preposition collocations. So Pearson has released a collocation, a list, Pearson. It can be downloaded from the internet for free. It is also available in our closed Facebook page. So it's like 44 pages list Pearson PTE collocation. So they have given you parts of speech and what collocate with each other. So the knowledge of collocation is really, really important for blanks. Even if you don't understand the context, it can help you to narrow down the choices that which option may fit in here. I've also enlisted some resources for you guys. Remember, guys, comprehension is very important. If you don't comprehend what you are reading, then it is going to be difficult for you to get to the right answer. So you really need to understand, what you are reading. And for that, you need consistent practice with the reading. So I have enlisted some resources here. First one is sciencedaily.com, free resource online. Feel free to visit it. Read some articles from different topics and try to identify some collocations and try to identify how it is written. TED.com is a really good one, academic English for listening. And then we have 60-second science in which you can see scripts as well as for audios, especially for the basic learners of English. And it is also good for pronunciation. ABC24 news channel, you can see some of those Australian news and try to understand accent, try to understand how they speak word, learn a little bit of pronunciation from there. And bedtime stories are really good for the basic listeners because those audios are very slow and there are some graphic as well. And you can also turn on your those subtitles, so that will help you with your listening. Let's move on. So how to approach the question? So skim first few lines to understand the context. So that will give you understanding of the context. Start reading and inserting the options in the boxes. In the first, there's a mistake there. So that should be in. So that's a typing error. So in the first round, fill as many as you can. Leave the ones which seem difficult for you or confusing to you and attempt the difficult ones in the end, because you have more options in the bottom than the number of blanks. So if you put 3 blanks and if you think they are right, then the remaining one will be easier for you to choose for the leftover ones, right? Once the blanks are filled, read the passage once again if all looks good. And sometimes just one change in the last. In these blanks, because your text is small, your passage is only 3 to 4, maximum 5 lines in most cases. It is easy to do it. But remember, the information is very dense. So whatever the word choice you choose, you have to be really, really careful while you're choosing it. So it has to have the right part of speech. It should make the right meaning to make the context clear. And then it should also have, you should also look for the collocations in the context. So these are the 3-4 things. This is how you approach the question. Again, I have this slide again. Some of you, if you are interested in PT coaching, you can approach us. We have live classes as well as we have online classes, whichever suits your schedule and budget. So we have different options there. More importantly, make sure if you want to use our portal, you can visit our website, endeavorstudy.com.au, and there you can make a guest login. From there, you will be able to access some certain parts of our portal for free. Let's move on. Now, common questions that students ask about types of blanks in reading module. So do we really, please ask, is there any question?
Yes, sir. Sir, could you please explain me like how to use the collocation list?
Okay, so that is a question you have asked the other day as well. So what I'm going to do to clarify that, I'm going to bring this collocations list. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. Like it's
What
common question students.
What screen do you see?
Common question students ask about the both types of filling.
Yeah, so you still see that screen now. So Manmeet's question is that how to use collocations list. Let me answer this question, Manmeet, because this question is sitting there for a few days. So let me address this first, please. All right, here we go. So I'm going to bring you here. So this is the PTE at the academic collocations list. So this is Pearson's list actually. This is the list I was talking. So I just went to PTE collocations and mostly first list that comes. So this is the document. Now in this, Manmeet, so they have given you addition. They have given you component one, and then this is parts of speech actually, right? So which part of speech it is, and then component 2, and then they have listened what part of speech it is, right? So basically here, now for example, we have a word which is concept here. So concept is a noun, okay? Concept is a noun. And this concept can come with abstract in many cases. So that will become abstract concept, So abstract in that case is adjective, and then that is a concept, is a noun, so that will become adjective to noun collocation. So abstract concept. Similarly, when we talk of academic, say academic can also be used as a adjective. So this as an adjective. So here it is being used adjective. So they have written adjective here. And then academic achievement. So that's a noun. So academic achievement. So see that component one. So that means what part of speech it is, adjective. And what part of speech, they have the parts of speech. They have written a POS one, means parts of speech one. And then parts of speech two. And sometimes, for example, they have given you addition. So some words are actually 3 or 4 of them. For example, in this in, which is a preposition, right? And then in academic circles, that can also be a whole collocation, in academic circles, right? This is how we use this collocations list. Does that answer your question? Let's move on. Say, find some more words here. Say casual relation. So we have casual, adjective, anything that ends with al. These are all adjectives. Al. Remember, al is the common ending of adjectives. We are going to use. I'm going to discuss that. Adjective, and in relation is a noun. So casual relation. However, casual relationship is another one. Or you can say so not sorry, that's my mistake. So that's not casual, that's causal. So causal is also adjective. So anything that ends with causal link, causal relation, causal relationship. Similarly here, careful thought. So thought is a noun, careful is adjective. So careful thought. This is how we use collocations list.
Okay,
Does
sir.
that answer your question, Manmeet?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, now.
Yeah. Similarly here,
Thank you.
common error. So this is a common error. See that it's a common error. This is how we say it. If someone does any error, someone commits an error. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Let's get back to the PowerPoint where we were. Now I'm
Thank
going
you.
to put the, yep. Not a problem at all. Here we go. So do we read it? Yes, we do need to read the passage, because if you read the passage full, you will be able to get maximum out of maximum understanding out of the given text, and it will help you to pick the right blank. Now, next one was why, because the ideas are linked with each other, and it can help you to determine which option may fit in the blank as per what was written in the previous line or the following line. So remember, they give you one passage, passage means one paragraph in most cases. So in one paragraph, you have topic sentence, which introduces the idea. Then you have example and discussion sentences in which. So if you don't know the topic sentence, if you just go to the blank, which might be in the discussion sentence, but you don't know the topic, you won't be able to get to the right word. Some people tend to do this, tend to promote this habit, but it is not right, because if you don't understand the context, what is written in previous line, there's likely possibility you will miss the main idea. Okay, next one is, do we really need to know the grammar to solve blanks? I would say yes and no. So why yes? I'm going to explain this, but no for the people. For example, if you were, if you had started learning English from your year one, or your whole schooling was in English, that means you're using English as good as a native speaker. In that case, you're understanding everything, whatever you're reading. So if you understand everything, whatever you're reading, you actually understand the writer's purpose, and then you can pick the right blank easily. So this is the case with most people. I have we have students who have scored 90, and most of them, they were in this category because they were using English very, very close to their native, native users, because they had started learning English from early on. They studied in really good schools, in Indian subcontinent. However, if I look at the people who have studied year 10 until year 10 in their own native language, then it becomes comprehension becomes really difficult. If comprehension is difficult, then you really need to put effort on a little bit of grammar, because the knowledge of grammar can help you to determine what is missing in the blank, and it can help you to narrow down the choices, which blank you're going to fit or which option you're going to fit. Now, again, I've got this slide, so I have discussed this before. Especially this part is very important for the people who are watching us. Visit our website and you can make a guest login. You will be able to see some of the questions with the reasoning as well. Remember, guys, in the exam, reasoning is going to save you. Everyone does the exam, but not everyone comes with the score. Only those people come with a score who have a reasoning, who have a reason to back their answers, whatever they have chosen. Move on. Common questions students ask about both type of blanks. How the knowledge of grammar, mainly knowing parts of speech, can help. So we have already discussed it. Suppose if the blank is for noun, if you have identified needed noun, you can put noun there. You are not trying to put verb or adjective or other parts there. We're going to discuss that when we do some practice. It helps you to narrow down your answer choices as we have discussed earlier. Again, the same slide. I'm going to skip this. Very commonly they ask 3 or 4 main parts of speech. They ask in blanks, mainly nouns, adjectives they do, and they also ask you blanks rarely for adverbs and sometimes for conjunctions and rarely for prepositions too. So when there is adjective blank, you again come down to the basics, understand what the context was, and then what were the part of speech and collocations. So always look for the right collocation with that noun, which is modifying, which that adjective is modifying. If you don't know meaning of a word, don't go for it unless you have tried other options. In most cases, what people remember, Pearson knows that people struggle in comprehension, and they want to see that how you react when you see a word in a sentence which you don't know the meaning of. So as a non-native speaker or non-native users of language, we think that, oh, that word is the right answer because I don't know the meaning of this, but that's not true in most cases. So I would recommend try to draw the meaning of the word in the context, according to what other words this word which you don't know the meaning of is surrounded by. So if it is surrounded by other words, you can tentatively draw the tentative meaning of that word. And again, positive and negative sensing words are there. So if the passage is just talking everything positive or negative, so you need to pick the word according to the sense. Again, for Facebook, please make sure you like our Facebook page so that you don't miss any live classes. Unfortunately, guys, I'm live on YouTube. I was supposed to be live on Facebook, but there was a technical glitch. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to post this YouTube video link on our Facebook page as well for you guys to watch later. Okay, let's put this knowledge in practice. Are we all ready?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
We are
so
ready.
many things.
Yes, yes.
If we don't put that in practice, then it is going to be difficult for us, isn't it? Here we go.
Yes.
So when I click next, this will be your first question for today. Okay, 2 minutes, and then we'll discuss answer, and we'll try to cover at least the 15 to 20 questions today. We still have almost 1 hour. There we go. This screen, I'm going to skip. This is your first question, please. 2 minutes. I'm going to put you guys on mute, please. And when we want to discuss this, we can unmute yourself, please. The people who are watching me us live on YouTube, please type your answers in the chat box, and we are also going to give you answers too, and I'm going to explain everything, the reasoning as well. Thank you. Yep, most of you have sent me the options. So let's discuss the answers. So let's discuss one by one. So Elijah, you say favorable, second generous, third one is blah, blah, blah. Right.
No, a small change, the favorable change to hard.
Okay, that's all right. So is there any other change?
No.
Okay. Right. Is everyone done?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How did you go? Did you apply any of the strategy we learned? Did we apply
Yes.
any of the strategy we learned?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Which strategy specifically?
Understanding the context.
Understanding the context you did. That's very good. What else?
Elimination, sir.
You applied elimination too. That's pretty good. What did you eliminate here? Okay, let's discuss this. So first one is the practice of giving graduation gifts seems to be alive and well. So first one was despite. So first one was despite. What would fit after despite?
Hard.
Hard economic times.
Hard economic times. Okay, so first one is hard. So what did you need here? What did you need? So you have economic times, that is acting as a noun phrase, or if I say times, so you need adjective here. Economic can also be used as an adjective, but economic plus times can be used as a whole noun phrase,
Noun, yeah.
right? So here you needed adjective. If I look at here, favorable is also adjective, hard is also adjective, generous is also adjective. Okay, so but times, economic times cannot be generous. Okay, so here hard is very common one. It's a collocation too. Hard economic times. Now a recent study in the US, say remember the US. So whenever you write abbreviation forms of the names of the countries such as US, you always say the US, the UK. This is against the standard rule of grammar. The standard rule of grammar says no article with a proper noun. Okay, so you never say the Mohinder, you never say the Adelaide. Do we say that? No. But in this case, that's an exception to that rule. I'm just specific pointing that out here so that you know that. So that while families, remember also again, very, very complex sentence, while families may not have blah, 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 comma, they are being more, what would they be? If you don't have money, what would you be? Would you be generous?
No.
Yeah, would you be generous?
No.
You will not
No.
be generous. What would you be?
Creative.
Creative. So you spend less money and you buy the best gift. Yeah, so that's where most of the people miss the train there.
Creative.
So you cannot be generous if you have less money.
Oh, creative. Okay.
It has to be creative in the gifts they bestow. Do you know what is the meaning of bestow?
Shower.
What is the meaning of this word, bestow?
Shower.
Yeah,
No.
to give.
To
You know,
give.
in simple words, to give. Bestow means to offer.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, lavish celebrations and large lump.
Sums.
Yeah, yeah. Not large money. Is there any large money? Lump large? Seem to be. That's what you've got, Shashikala. Not large money. Large lump sum. Lump sum is a common way. So I've given him lump sum. Lump sum means in total.
Yeah, I corrected already.
Seem to have gone by the wayside. How many new words we are learning? So we learned about wayside. We learned about bestow. We learned a few other words here. So this is how we develop our vocabulary too. Wayside in favor of smaller, more thoughtful gifts. And we also learned one more thing, how to use article with the names of the countries, abbreviated forms, the US and the UK, because that will give you one grammar error if you do that in summarized written text or in summarized spoken text and anywhere. Okay, even in your write from dictation. So first one is hard, second one is creative, third one is sums. There we go, next one. So again, for the people who are watching us live, feel free to give us a call if you're interested in any of our courses. 6 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, we'll be more than happy to help you. More importantly, you can visit our website here, endeavorstudy.com.au. You can create a guest login, and once your guest login is created, you will be able to use our PTE portal, where we have all the latest exam questions with reasoning. I would say reasoning, that's important. Reasoning is important because if you reason your answer, there's likely possibility you're going to get it correct. Let's move on. So we have done that. Yep. Here we go. Second one. I'm going to put you guys on mute as well, please. Let me know if you guys are done, and we'll discuss this question. So I'm saving some of the answers. Let me see if any of us are watching us on. One is watching. So the people who are watching us live on YouTube, please comment your answers and interact with me. So I'll also give you all the answers in the end too. Yep. So we got most of the answers, I think. Pooja, I'm going to start with you. What would you put in the first one?
Work.
Yep. So by the way, this blank, in my last 3 years teaching PTE, only 2 students have got it correct. Okay. So now everyone will doubt your answer. So, yep. So, but I'm not surprised why, because that was a confusing one. You know, see, if I look at everyone's answer, most of you have got, work. Some have got information. Some have got work hard, work. So most of you have got work, and work is incorrect. We're going to discuss that in the end. Okay, what is the right one? Pooja, what is second one?
Potential.
Sorry? How do we say that? Has the
Potential. Potential.
potential, has a potential. So that's good. Second is right. So potential. And then third,
Combination.
a combination of. Beautiful. Yep, that's good. Manmeet, what is the last one?
Sir, I put last one information
Why did you put information?
because sir, according to the this paragraph, like in order to reveal new information, so they will reveal by the
Yeah, so we reveal the information. That's a collocation. We reveal new information. That's a collocation.
Yes.
And then they will use a combination of. So if you have a combination of scientific techniques, so you're looking at, these are standard phrases. That's why I asked not a combination of, we always get a combination of, a variety of, a wide variety of. These are standard phrases we use. So a combination of, and here you'll have has the potential to, mostly to what, to unlock. So potential is not going with this, but it is to is going with unlock. So we has a potential to unlock evidence, right? First one was, so if we have discussed all three, now do you want to change your choice for the first one? Lijo, what do you reckon?
Actually, I written work, but on a second thought, it can be prospect.
Okay, still not right.
Okay, that's fine.
Still not right. What do you think? What other
The
what other
majority
answer could
of
fit in?
early pictures in the National Portrait Galleries. Galleries. Only two things are coming in my mind. It's work and
Right one
prospect.
here is gallery.
Connection.
Sorry.
Connection. Answer is connection. I think.
So galleries connection. No.
Care, sir.
Here is the right one. But why?
Because it is
Yeah,
showing
why?
they talk about
the care by unknown artist.
Unknown artists, because they are by unknown artists. So they are in galleries care. That is the only explanation for this. Just give me one moment. I'll be right back in a sec. Okay. So that's why, because they are from unknown artists, so that's why we need galleries care. It was a tricky one. Good. Who got all four correct?
Three of them.
Three of them. Kuldeep, potential combination information. Where is your first one? First one hasn't written. Potential is fine. Combination fine. Information fine. So most of you got three correct. Okay.
Yeah.
All of you actually. But yes, galleries care is the right one here. Next one again. Same slide.
I got the article right in front of me now. National Portrait Gallery.
You've got the article in front of you. Very smart.
Yeah.
This is pretty much Pearson does. What Pearson does from open resources, they pick those blanks. Okay. So this is why, this is where the real exam question things, real exam question. I mean, no one goes to exam. No one goes to exam and can come with all the things here. What they do that if I know this is the question, this is the beginning, I can search the same article. And because Pearson takes all these blanks from open resources, from the existing articles, that is so easy to find. Similarly, the audios too. This is where the real exam question things come. But remember, guys, if you have the right strategy in place and if you know what to do, chasing real exam questions is not the way. Yes, it does help. 15 to 20% repetition is always there. Most of our students also get those exams, and all the questions in our portal are latest exam questions, and we keep updating them. But only thing is, we don't sell that idea. We want you to be comfortable enough in any type of question Pearson throws at you, because that is a definite plan. So we will help you to prepare for PTE, making a definite plan, not the plan that works sometimes and other times don't work. All right, here we go. Next one. Most of you have sent your answers here. Okay. So first one is only known. That is correct. Remember, guys, this is something I was always, I'll always talk about this thing with you. So you remember gunpowder, comma, also referred to as black powder, comma. This is a non-restrictive part. This is a non-restrictive part which is giving information about the subject. So this is a non-restrictive when you have both sides, you have commas. Okay. So first one is the only known. So that's pretty good. Only known chemical, blah, blah, blah. And then it contains, the second one is contains. Manmeet, you've got unique, only unique chemical explosive. So they're saying also referred to as. So if it is also referred to as, it is, they're talking of not unique, only known chemical explosive. Right?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Because I also put a unique there because known, we normally use the word as known as. That's why I put the unique there. Is it still wrong?
When you have only unique, only known. Most of you have put known.
Oh, okay.
Lijo has known, Pooja has known, even Azmaira has known. Only two of you have got a unique. So unique is not right there, only known. Only known chemical explosive until the mid-19th century. The way, the sense of the passage is, right? Not only unique. Why don't we say was the unique? Why would you say only and unique? Unique is itself unique. That means nothing like that. Any other thing, nothing, no other thing is like that. That means unique. But why would you say if there is nothing like that? So why would you say only and then say unique as well? Doesn't it sound a little bit weird? So only known is a common one. Known as is also a phrase. Yes, we also use that, known as, but we are not here. That has already been referred to as. That has already been used here. So it contains, Manmeet, understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now I have got.
So there is academic consensus. Last one is this led to.
Lead.
Its use in fireworks and gunpowder weapons. Remember here, this is used as a possessive. So this is where people sometimes, when you write it, you are confused between whether you need apostrophe here or not. In this case, you don't need, because you're making reference to possession. Apostrophe is only used when you have your this word could be divided into two words, it is. Then you would know possessive. But in this case, you're using possessive, then you don't need apostrophe here. Just referring back to that basic where most people make mistake when you're writing it. Should we move ahead?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's discuss this. Researcher is the first one, working as a researcher for the US department. Most of you have got a researcher. Yep. Yep, researcher. Yep, Manmeet, researcher. Second one is as a researcher for the US Department of Agriculture in 1894 and worked his way up to become chief of the biochemical. How come you can put leader here, Manmeet? What is biochemical leader? Biochemical division. You can't put leader here. Biochemical division in 1904. So in the university, you have divisions. They're talking of departments, and departments have divisions. He made important discoveries in bacterial toxins and animal diseases, and he conducted pioneering work in the inspection of meat products. So he did pioneering work in the inspection of meat products. He co-discovered the virus that causes hog cholera. What is hog, Manmeet?
Hog.
Hog. What is hog?
Sir, I don't know.
You don't know, that's why I'm asking how to build a vocabulary. Lena, what is a hog?
Not sure, sir.
Not sure. What is that unsurety? Do you have any close word which you think you know the meaning, which could fit, which means hog? Any guess? Lijo.
Sir, it's related to an animal.
It's
Is that
related to
it?
farming.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Farming.
Yes, tell me, Lijo.
Sir,
It's related to
the
farming,
animal.
especially pig farming.
Pig farming. Actually, hog is a male pig.
Pig, okay.
Hog is a male pig. And what is female pig? What is female pig is known as? Sow. S-O-W. So hog and sow. S-O-W. Sow. That's how we say it. And then that is a homophone with another word which is sow. You sow the crop. S-O-W. Same S-O-W, but just the the pronunciation is slightly different. So in the inspection of meat, that was there. Now last one was he co-discovered the virus that causes hog cholera and subsequently developed a, what did they develop?
Serum.
Serum. Yep, so we develop a serum.
Sir, serum or serum?
Yes,
Serum.
serum, it's fine. Not too bad, both of them. Serum. Yep. Are you guys done?
Let me know.
Should we discuss? Azmaira, I'll start with you. What did you put in the first one?
First one is option.
Yep. So yeah, an easy option is easy. Yep, easy one there. What did you put in second one? Many factors was
Factors.
Yep.
Yeah.
Third one is which
Many
requires.
requires.
So that was requires. Because remember, these are here why we need requires.
Because
I'll explain it
plural.
because here, what is plural here?
No, sorry. It's second one is plural, so factors.
Yes.
The another is
Third one, why do you need requires here? Because I'm going to explain it. The blank is in the non-restrictive clause. So another issue, and that's additional information, comma, which requires some deliberation, comma. So here, which is representing another issue. Another issue is a singular. Here, issue is a singular. Another is adjective. So issue is a singular, and you need requires here because it is represented singular, and it is written in present indefinite. So requires. So whenever you are writing any sentence in present indefinite, you're going to need your first form of verb plus s or es. Yeah. So that's why we need which requires. So requires. So, for this, I would recommend you guys to read restrictive and non-restrictive clauses in academic writing. So that link I share with you most times. You have to go through that link, please, right? To understand this, because this is something we're going to need for your summarized written text as well, in which you have to concise 3-4 ideas in one single sentence. So you are going to use this technique there as well. Okay. Is how to ensure high response rate. Okay, so first one is option, factors, and then requires and rate. Options, factors, requires, rate. Yep, most of you have got it right. Manmeet, how about you? Pooja? You
Yes.
haven't got any answers, Pooja.
No, sir, I write the answer.
So you've got all of them correct?
No, third one is incorrect.
Not influences, many factors.
No, which last third one, which dash
What did you put?
some,
Which influences?
yeah.
Not influences, which requires. You pick the right verb there. You pick verb, but which requires some deliberation. Deliberation means explanation or sort of understanding. That's what they mean to say by deliberation.
Okay.
Next one, please. let's discuss this question. So I'm going to this time ask who is Manmeet. So Manmeet, first one. Manmeet, can you explain first one? What did you get in number 1?
Sorry, sir. That time I was in work.
Okay, Kuldeep. Kuldeep, what did you get in number 1?
Interested?
Sounds good. Yeah, interested in all aspects of human thought and behavior. That's definitely right. Yep, interest in, that's a collocation as well.
Yeah.
Second, please.
Applied?
Applied. Yep. So it can be applied as scientific study. Okay, it can be. Can we write applied here? What do you think, Lena?
No, defined.
Defined.
Can be defined, because they are
Yes.
saying defined as is a collocation there, not applied as. Apply mostly goes for, apply for or applied for. I have applied for many jobs. I have applied for a job. Yeah, so apply goes with for. Here it will go with, it can be defined as a scientific. Then they are also giving scientific explanation, a scientific study on how humans function on biological, social, and mental level. Next one, last one, Lena.
Which are applied to such areas.
Yes, that's where we need, which are applied to. So either you apply for or you apply to, but not apply as. Yep. For a native speaker, to such areas as child development, not development, development. How do we say this word? Development, most commonly mispronounced word, not development. There's no that, it is just D, development. Health, education, and sports. All right, here we go, one more. So some of the people who are watching us live on Facebook, please make sure you like YouTube. It was supposed to be on Facebook, but yes, so that you don't miss any potential live classes in future. Okay, here we go. Next one. So first one is for this time, Shashikala.
Destination.
Familiar destination at a specific seasons. Yes, animals make too because they are making journey. So journey is for destination. Sometimes the collocation is not next to each other, but they are within the same sentence. They're talking of well-defined journey animals make to a familiar destination at specific seasons or times of the year. All species that migrate to do so for a common purpose. Have a common purpose.
Yes.
In order to survive. Migration allows them to spend their life in more than one area and thus
Avoid.
avoid problems that can occur, not occur, occur in one habitat, such as lack of food, shelter, or exposure to harsh weather. Okay, so we are also doing read aloud at the same time. Okay, so what Pearson does, they give the same text here and they can also throw some similar words on the other side as well. Right, here we go. Next one. So who got all correct? Go ahead. Who got all correct?
Yeah, got.
Yeah, we got correct.
Yeah, that's good. Very good. Next one. Who's going to give me answers this time? So Asmaira, would you like to explain?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
First one, I chose positive.
Yeah.
Because first line they mentioned criticized or negative.
Yeah, comma, but, and then they're contrasting, so positive there.
Positive.
Another thing I want to show you guys here, remember, here, I'm going to show you actually 2 or 3 things here. You'll be really surprised, and these are directly linked with our strategies, okay? So compound sentence, multinational companies are often criticized for a number of reasons. Comma, but, when you have 2 ideas which can stand alone, when you put them together, sentence 1, comma, one of the fanboys is sentence 2. when you have contrasting ideas. So sentence one finishes here, and then comma, but, and then full sentence again. That's how you write. I have many friends, comma, but Ram is my best friend. These are two sentences. That's a compound sentence. Now, next one was Lena. What did you put in the next one, Lena?
I put actually purchase. I'm not sure.
So when multinational companies set up manufacturing plants, that is a complex sentence again. So this first one compound, this one compound and simple, and then complex sentence. When multinational companies set up manufacturing plants, comma, there is often an increased, what increased? Is that what would be, and what they are talking here? Increased what? And increased availability of products for local consumers, which profits the local economy. Training is also sometimes provided in the use of technology, moreover, semicolon, moreover, comma. This is how we use conjunctive adverb with the comma semicolon rule. This is something you're also going to do in summarized written text, in which our strategies are focused on making a compound sentence and then making another compound sentence with the help of the semicolon, moreover, comma. And then we also recommend you guys to put at least one of those sentences as a complex sentences, so that you have a really organized, complex, compound sentence in your summarized written text for maximizing your score in reading as well as in this mode in writing too. Okay, so this is how we use it. When you put moreover in the middle of a sentence joining two independent sentences, you go semicolon, moreover, comma. You can also use however here as well. I hope some of you can recall your strategies for summarized written text. And some of the people who are watching us live on YouTube, I would recommend you guys to if you really want to learn strategies for summarized written text, I want your interest on our Facebook page, or put your interest in the comments, and I'll be happy to do one full video on summarized written text live as well in future. All right. So, however, moreover, the experience and knowledge that the employees, what do they do to experience and knowledge? They gain. Gain strengthens their skills and overall employability. Right, next one. There we go. I hope you guys are done. Let's discuss this question. Lena is done. I'll wait for you guys to finish. Sashikala, only one answer?
No, actually I've typed wrong already, so I redo again. Wait, yeah.
Wow.
All right, let's discuss. So Manmeet, I would like you to explain if you're still with us.
Yes, sir.
What would you put in the first one?
Sir, in the first one, I put reason.
You put what?
Reason.
Reason. Okay.
Yes.
Observational astronomy, that's how we say, not astronomy, astronomy. Astronomy, hold it there. Astronomy, biology, similarly, astronomy, psychology. There are two basic branches of science of astronomy, observational and theoretical. Observational astronomy, as the name suggests, is concerned with observing the skies. Observing the
Skies.
In astronomy, what do we do?
Astronomer, yes. Astronauts that work in the space.
Yeah, astronomy. Yes, so observing the skies and then analyzing the observations using the principles of physics. So you analyze the organizations by using the principles of physics. However, theoretical astronomy focuses more on developing computer or analytical models to
describe
the astronomical phenomena.
Yes.
Right? The two fields, the two fields complement each other. They are two different fields. They complement each other, with the observational astronomers attempting to confirm theoretical results. That's beautiful. Confirm theoretical results, and theoreticians aiming to explain what has been observed. So guys, we were able to do at least 10 to 12 blanks in the exam. You're going to do 4, 5, or maximum 6 of them, but determine what was the accuracy percentage. If your accuracy percentage in the blanks, these kind of blanks on an average is somewhere close to 65 to 70%, you will be good to go for 65 plus. But if your accuracy percentage is only 50% in the blanks, there's a big reason to worry, especially for 65 each. And if you're going for 79, then we need to have a maximum out of this. All right. That's all for today's class. I hope you enjoyed it. I tried to explain as much as I could, but if you still have any issues, you can ask. And the people who are watching us live on YouTube, please comment in the box, or you can also hit like on our Facebook page, which is Endeavor PTE Study Center. And then you can also comment which thing or which topic type in PTE would you like me to conduct the next live class. And some of you who are looking for quality coaching, feel free to give us a call, and I'll be more than happy to discuss with you your goals, be it 65 or 79 plus, and how best we can help you to achieve them. Thank you very much all. I'll see you guys in next week's class on Monday.
Thank you, sir.
Sir?
Yes, please ask, Manmeet. Yeah.
Sir, can I make call to you tomorrow?
You can. Yes, what do you want to ask?
Sir, like I want to motivation.
Motivation. Yes, sure. Why not? What time?
Sir, you say like, you tell me like what
Around
time.
11, 12.
Okay, sir. 12 o'clock?
Yep, around that time.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.